Summer is certainly a time to relax. You spend all your springtime efforts getting set up to culminate when everything kind of comes together and you get to enjoy all the fruits of your labor.
This is the time when the show of Longwood reaches the crescendo. We have the plants in full glory. To that, we add music and performers. And to top that, we have the night light shows and fireworks.
You can be sitting in the water lily pools and all of a sudden these giant bursts of fireworks explode in the air.
And back here live on the Dawn Show, we're joined by Thomas Warner from Longwood Gardens. It's so good to have you here, Tom.
Thank you very much for having me, Dawn.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Longwood Gardens is such a relaxing place. We're all worried about our own lawn work. We can go and just imagine, that it's just so beautiful there and a great place to visit. And if you have people visiting from out of town, bring them to Longwood.
Yeah, you're right. It's a fabulous place to take families. We have a lot of people who have families maybe overseas somewhere too, and they make sure they take them to Longwood whenever they come here because it's such a special place. And that video that we just saw that talks about some of our plans this summer is so perfect for this conversation because one of the voices you hear, Tomasz Aniszko, is a curator of plants, and he talks about Longwood as a stage, not only for the plants and the trees and everything, but it's also for the arts and fireworks, and it really is a stage to get all your senses going.
Yeah, I think so. And, of course, during the holiday season, we always take our kids and we go and we have family visiting and so on and so forth. So we think of the holiday lights and the holiday displays and everything. But in the summertime, it's so great because you still have the fountain show with the lights, right? And
right.
And here's, look at this, fireworks on the weekends. It's awesome.
Well, there are actually 6 shows over the course of the summer, and one of them is this week, July 3rd. It's fireworks and fountains and music. It's to the music of John Philip Sousa and Richard Rodgers and all those good things. And then there are other fireworks shows to the music of Shostakovich, but also Elton John. A little bit of something for everyone. And then on every weekend, on Fridays and Saturdays, there are fountains and music shows without the fireworks, but you can come and see a fabulous show nonetheless.
And you can join, you can be a member and go all year, or you can pick and choose, right?
Sure. You can be a member, join just as if you were, joining a museum somewhere perhaps, and become a member, and you get great discounts, you get free admission, all that sort of thing. But if you're not a member, there is an admission rate, but you get so much for that admission rate. Some of the concerts we have, for instance, this summer are actually free along with your garden admission, so it's a great deal.
So it pays for itself.
Absolutely.
Take me through what some of the activities, walking me through what's going on this summer and some of the highlights you'd say.
Some highlights. Well, we have 2 concerts in July on the 18th and the 19th by the Philadelphia Orchestra coming out to play, which is just magical under the stars. It's overlooking a huge meadow, and so you're in a really fabulous setting. There are some other concerts coming up in our open air theater. We have everyone from Pat Benatar coming to maybe a newer star, Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. We have Lyle Lovett coming in a week or two. Even Peter and Noel Paul Stuckey from Peter, Paul and Mary, they'll be there. So there's a wide range of concerts for many different tastes. Creedence Clearwater Revisited will be back.
And not just flowers.
No, but the thing is, when you buy a ticket to one of those concerts, you get into the garden the entire day. You can if you wish. So you can go early and experience some amazing horticulture at the same time.
Yeah, and it's so relaxing to walk through and just see all the different vegetation and the ferns and the flowers. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And some of the days this summer are ways where you can actually learn a little bit more about some of those things. One of our themes this summer is called Beyond the Garden Gates. And there are about 4 or 5 Friday nights over the course of the summer, and you can find those dates on our website, where you might be able to find one of our gardeners talking about our water lily display, or talking to our gardener or our display designer who actually comes up with the Christmas displays that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
He'll tell you everything about what goes into that kind of thing. And some of those tours and some of those events give the opportunity to actually see parts of the garden that you might not have seen otherwise. They'll take you beyond the garden gate.
Yeah, and I just think it's so great because it's for all ages. You know, my kids love it. They run ahead, and you feel safe there. And the parking is obviously no issue at all. Restaurants
problem.
everywhere. So I just
Right.
love Longwood Gardens.
Well, that's great. There's so much there in the Brandywine Valley to see
Yes.
in addition to Longwood, but we do have fabulous food right there at the gardens as well. And you're right, there's something for everyone. There'll be one event, one night where there's a group called Dan Hicks and the Hot Licks, great blues group. But then the
Love the
next week,
blues.
there'll be a great event for families of all ages. There's a band called Milkshake. And they're
Milkshake,
playing
shake it
right
up.
in the middle of the main fountain garden, and you can see the fountains at the same time.
Tom Warner, thank you so much. Longwood Gardens, one more place to plan for this summer. We'll be right back here live on The Dawn Show. So, the Philly 4th of July Jam, grand finale fireworks, and so much more. Visit Philly.com for all the information you need. So many events for free. You don't have to drive anywhere or go anywhere. It's right here in our own backyard. Thanks so much, Tom, for everybody for being here today. I hope you plan your summer well and have a good 4th.